Hey then guys, so never done a reaction before, never done anything like this. This is completely blind to me. But with the current state of the game and what a lot of he says, she says that's flowing around and drama that's going off and just general BS that you see coming out of developers' mouths, but then also, you know, high-end YouTubers and Twitch streamers and whatever that are saying, no, there's no problem with the game. The game works perfectly fine, or oh, this needs to be changed. You know, we need to address certain things. So this is a video from King Wolf, a really good YouTuber, really good Twitch streamer, really good person in general. Highly respect him. The satire is unreal, but they speak the truth, they speak the mind, and that's something that you don't see nowadays. And you know, we need to respect the ones that will speak the truth, speak the mind, that see things the way that they should be or how they see it. You know, there's no special tinted glasses aimed at certain people. You know, you should be truthful in what you say, as long as, you know, you're not being homophobic or racist or sexist, anything like that. But else, you know, it's fair game. If you feel that the way that the games are going, you speak your truth, you speak your mind. If you feel that certain high-end streamers, Twitch, you know, Kick, wherever, YouTube, or even tubers that, you know, have an opinion with all their followers, and, you know, their followers will lead the line, you know, they will respect anything that this person says. We need to see this from a smaller creator's standpoint and see what other people think. So we're gonna have a look at this. This is like a response about like the tunneling thing at the moment, and how tunneling's an issue, and how they're trying to remove strategies from, you know, killer mains. Because I don't know about you, but unless you're running full slowdown perks, you know, gens are just like, pow, 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 pow. You know, they're all over the place. So let's have a look at this. We'll do a reaction to it fully. You know, we're not going to do the H3 sort of thing that, you know, people are getting done for at the moment. You know, I'm not going to move away and let this video play through. We're going to do a proper, you know, reaction. So let's have a look. And again, this is blind, so I don't know what's being said. I don't know what's being done, but let's just check it.
Let's me and you take a journey, a walk down the path of shambles. I'm gonna show you guys what I've been trying to say. You know, it's kind of hard for me to explain and try to get my point across, so I'm just gonna get some help from the community to prove to you guys that everybody's been lying, pandering, and it's just Kool-Aid, man. All right, so today I'm gonna show you guys the ingredients to the Kool-Aid. Now,
so first things first, yeah, community does matter. People that speak in the community do matter. It don't matter if you're Swift, if you're a killer main or survivor main, sorry, if you're just a casual player, if you're a hardcore player, you know, your opinion does matter. But it should be a mutual respect. People should listen, see what your opinions are, and go from there. One of my massive pet peeves at the moment, and this is coming from a killer main, I feel that Ken is too overtuned. There doesn't seem to be any proper counter to Ken, in my opinion. Other people might say differently, and do you know what? I'm more than happy to hear it. But I do think that Ken came out and he is literally the easy mode of Dead by Daylight killers. And, you know, that's my pet peeve. I hate playing against him, and I don't like playing him anymore. But yeah, there you go, some truth.
when I made that video a couple days ago and then Hens reacted to it, man, there's key points in his reaction that I want to show you guys, and then we're gonna move around the community to see what's going on, right, until we get to our end point. Now, you want to stick around for the end point, okay? Trust me, you want to stick around for it because it's all gonna come together nicely. Drop a damn like on the video if you don't mind, please, man. All right, here we go. So first,
yeah, definitely Probably won't get as many viewerships as what his video would get, but you know, definitely check out King Wolf. He is quite a funny guy, and he's fairly decent as killer as well, and he's not bad as survivor as well. And again, you know, it is all satire, so be wary. It is satire.
First point is, why would Dead by Daylight care about some of us when they need to fix the problem in Dead by Daylight, which is
oh, and of course I get an advert. Fuck's sake, it's because I don't pay for premium. Fuck premium.
tunneling, right? So here we go. We want to balance the game for the community, okay? So we got to fix the problem of tunneling. I want you guys to remember the word problem.
How many survivors play 4 minutes worth? I think it was like single-digit percent, right? Like 8% somewhere. So like the reality is that 80% of the survivors play solo queue in Dead by Daylight. There are some duos, some trios, and very rarely 4 minutes. And it's true, like once if 4 survivors group up, then a lot of the balancing just goes out of the window. Yeah.
Okay, so whenever you reach the higher brackets that I keep talking about, you're just gonna face nothing but SWFs, especially at nighttime. Okay, you're gonna face that. So all it just takes 50 games and you're up there. Okay, you're no longer considered a new player. You're ready to go.
That's absolutely true.
Just a quick one on that as well. So again, it depends on the players. It does depend on the time, but it also depends on the location as well. So because we're in the EU, we seem to get paired with some killers or some survivors that are based in like Russia, France, Germany, Spain, you know, Argentina, places like that. But then also I've noticed we've been getting paired with people from like Jamaica and, you know, areas that we really shouldn't be paired with, and the ping is super high. And if you're trying to chase one survivor down or you're trying to avoid one killer, that ping can just whoosh destroy you, honestly. And that should be something as well that should be looked into, you know, get better servers, because I think the servers on Dead by Daylight are fucking dog shit. You know, I don't think they're the greatest, but again, that might be something later down the line. You never know.
Then that's when the lower tier killers they keep falling behind. But if you were to balance for that, then you would literally alienate 80% of your players. Like,
Wait, okay, so we're going to nerf the the tunneling. Let's just focus on tunneling, okay? I don't want to get too sophisticated. Let's just focus on tunneling. We're going to get rid of tunneling for the 80% of the player base. I want you guys to remember that, all right? Remember that. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a little trip to see what are the creators telling their people, all right? We're just gonna, real quick, okay? Just real quick. All right, so here.
Now, one other thing as well, just before we go into this, tunneling has been around since day one. Slugging has been around since day one. We're like, what, 9 years into the game now, and it's still never been changed. You're still going to get tunneling and slugging and proxy camping. You have to, a lot of times in this game. Especially if you're, you know, up against these Swifts that want to bring gem perks, want to bring chase builds, heal builds, stuff like that. I was swiffing yesterday with Fruit, and he brought a full heal build. We went against a Wraith who had Sloppy Butcher, and he got me off the hook, and I was healed within 2.5 seconds, something like that. Full heal. Imagine if you've got someone looping, you've got someone who's on gens, you've got someone who's on hook, and then you've got someone who takes that person off hook. Yes, that is still slow down progression for the gens being done, But then if you've got one who's got a full gem build, the person on hook has also got a gem build, you've got someone who's really good at looping, and then you've got someone who can heal really quick. If that was me as a killer, I would look at the one who's doing the healing, and you can always tell who's doing the healing because, you know, again, if one of them's potentially on a gen, so you may narrow it down to 2 people, you would go for those other 2 people until you found the one that was doing the healing. And then from the healing, you'd get the gem person, you'd get the other gem person, then you would go for the looper. You know, you'd go for them. Because the thing with the looper is they will do whatever it takes to get your attention. They'll teabag, they'll vault windows, jump in and out of lockers, they'll do whatever they need to do to get under your skin to make you think, oh, I'm gonna get this person. You've literally fallen for their trap. You're playing their game then, where a killer should be, you know, you're gonna be playing my game. This is my game, my rules. This is how I'm gonna play. So yeah, just a thought for thought there. But healing and gens, in my opinion, are getting quicker and quicker, and that's from the killer side as well as a casual Survivor player.
Here we got us Darva. My suggestion to fix tunneling in DBD. And what does he state at the beginning of his video?
Today's video is a proposal system that could help fix the problem of tunneling.
The problem of tunneling. Holy crap, man. The problem of tunneling.
And just on that as well, I have respect for a lot of these people, but I don't always agree on everything that they say. Just as a quick jump in there, I don't always respect all of, like, as a person and what they're doing, I respect them. But when they have certain opinions or they might say certain things or whatever, I'm not always on board. I don't always agree with what they say. And when you are a fog whisperer, or again, you are someone who's fairly high in the community, you've got loads of followers, you've got Twitch that's just hopping constantly, you know, people are gonna fly to these people and be like, oh, well, Starver said it, oh, that means I must listen to this. A lot of times you should have your own opinion. But when these creators do say certain things about, you know, well, this isn't a problem, this is a problem, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know, kind of take it with a pinch of salt. Same with, you know, watching this video with King's reaction. I might not agree with everything that it says, but I respect the fact that he says it.
Let's hear
Today's
that one more
video
time.
is a proposal system that could help fix the problem of tunneling.
Okay, so tunneling is a problem, man. That is crazy. Let's come over here to Schmuckles. Let's see if he thinks it's a problem.
Hey everyone, it's Schmuckles. Today we're going to talk about how to counter.
Okay, this is one person I don't respect. I don't know why people might think, whoa, what's he ever done to you? Nothing, but I don't think it's a respect thing. I just, a lot of times when he's talking, I don't know what it is about him, but when he does these release videos and stuff, and it's like, potentially this could be a thing, and he'll repeat himself throughout the video several times, and I'm like, is that just to make your video longer? Is that what it is?
Are being tunneled in Dead by Daylight in 2024. It's been a really big problem. I've seen a lot of people talking about this, that they get tunneled every game, or they're having a really hard time dealing with tunneling killers.
So it's a problem in the game to these guys right now. It's insane to me because, I mean, I'm scared when I hear this as a new player. Wait, what's the problem of tunneling? What are these guys talking about, right? And then they go play the game, and then they reach the high brackets. Now, remember when I tell you guys about how they try to say that you are artificially inflating your MMR? So what does this mean? Okay, what does this mean? Now we want to come over here to Scott John, and he says,
hey guys, Scott here. Today I want to give a bit of a guide on dealing with getting tunneled in solo queue
I like Scott. Scott's funny.
because it is definitely something that people do not handle very well, and I wanted to kind of give a guide on things that you can kind of control yourself And again, it's solo queue, so you can't communicate with everybody else. But hopefully, over time, people will learn the correct things to do in a tunneling scenario, because it should not be as effective as it currently is, at least in regular public matches. So,
Okay, so he's telling you, he's gonna show you in his video right here. He's gonna show you for solo queue, there's builds that you can use, and I think he even talks about.
here are a couple things that you can do to deal with it. Now, if you're the one getting tunneled, that's really easy. Just slap on Decisive Strike and Off the Record. Basically, perks will cover your ass for all, getting tunneled purposes. If you have
Wait, but they just said tunneling's a problem. Wait, he just gave you the layout to counter it
perks
all.
will cover your ass for all, getting tunneled purposes. If you have Off the Record, the killer can't wait out borrowed time. And even when they do hit you, you have the Iron Will effect, which makes the second hit much harder to get.
Wow, man.
I mean, I don't agree with that one, because oh shit. What you could always do is, if you are coming across someone that's on the floor, someone who has just come off hook, and, you do chase them down, and, Off the Record, that goes off, you down them again. A lot of times, well-versed and veteran killer mains will kind of guess that a survivor may have, DS. And a lot of times you just leave those people on the floor. You're just building pressure up, because, that other survivor may come and pick them up. They may have Unbreakable, but that's one less person that is getting healed. It's one less person that's on a gen. So you are taking a factor away from the actual game. The team has become significantly weaker because one person is down. You could eat that DS, you could just chase them down again. Sure, another gen might go, but you're putting pressure on. And it is all about strategy. And that's the thing that, the devs and these creators are talking about and saying that, it should be removed. I don't think so, but yeah, let's just see.
And so we were just told that it's a problem, but now we have an answer to it all. Now that we know it's a problem, I want to show you guys a gameplay from another creator who says the opposite, okay? He's going to tell you something else. It's a problem. The strategy is a problem. My guy Otsdarva is going to counter what they all just said. He's getting stomped right now with a Demogorgon. Actually, not stomped.
I think this game shows that you need to be a little bit. You need to be a bit tactical. You need to tunnel. You need to tunnel someone out with the current meta of the game on the front.
Hold up. What do you say? Hold up.
Yeah, I think this game shows that you need to be a little bit. You need to be a bit tactical. You need to tunnel. You need to tunnel someone out with the current meta of the game, I'm afraid.
Oh, so you have to tunnel. You have to tunnel. Oh, okay.
Okay, so my guy Otsdarva just said tunneling's a problem. Shimoko said tunneling was a problem, right? Scott Jun tells you how to survive in solo queue. That is awesome, right? Now I'm gonna use another content creator to show you that tunneling is not actually a problem. Tunneling is actually a skill issue on your part, and I'm gonna prove it. There is a content creator that we're gonna watch right now who's going to prove to you personally that you being tunneled is a skill issue. And none other than my guy, Hens again. My guy, bro. Baiting killers into tunneling a fake baby survivor. Okay, so let's see what he has to say about it, okay? Because like I said, they just said it's a problem. One gave you ideas and told you, just throw on these perks, you'll be all right, okay? For solo queue, by the way, because I know people be like, well, what about solo queue? He just gave you the build. Now my guy's gonna play pretty much solo in solo queue and show you that if you had the skill, you could counter the tunneling. Tunneling is not actually the problem. It's you, and he's gonna prove it in his own gameplay. But let's see what he says. Hold up.
Killers in Dead by Daylight have gotten smarter over the years. When they realize you're a good looper, they oftentimes ignore you entirely for the rest of the match and start looking for the weak link of the team.
Yeah, right? You mean the guy without the skill? That's not our fault he don't have the skill. That's his fault. You get what I'm saying?
That's usually me, by the way. I'm usually the one that they hunt down when I play Survivor, because I am dog shit at Survivor, and I will openly admit how bad I actually am at Survivor. I am not good whatsoever. I can have my off days, and I can have my tiny little bit of a good day. It's probably once in a blue moon that I can actually do something good as Survivor. So, you know, that's my opinion on it. I am really bad at Survivor. I will never ever say that I am good at Survivor. I am not.
That's his fault, not because if you're the one that's good and they're leaving you, you're a good looper. They don't want to, right? It's strategic. Now we're talking about the strategy again. Tunnel out the people who do not want to put the time in to run loops. That's just the name of the game.
Sometimes ignore you entirely for the rest of the match and start looking for the weak link of the team. This has gotten so common that I barely ever get chased anymore. To combat this, we have to become the baby.
All right, man. All right, here we go, man. All right. He's going to effectively prove to you guys that tunneling is not a problem. It's you. So he's gotta pretend to be you weaklings, you little Timmies. This guy's gotta go in there and pretend to be a Timmy to show you that it's a skill issue. All right, so here we go, man. Let's see what he's got.
In this video, I'm pretending to be a baby survivor to
be a
bait killers
peasant.
into tunneling me out. Once they do, I am, however, going all out to stop them. I hope you
Okay.
enjoy.
Let's go, man. I can't wait. All right, so he's pretending to be right here against a trapper. All right, man. Let's just see what he's got. All right. Okay, he's acting. Man, is he gonna wait? Hold up. Is he gonna give him free hooks to make it even worse, bro? To make it even to make you guys look like you really have no skill?
Yeah,
He wanted to trap on
I'm
purpose?
cooking. I think I'm cooking. Easiest tunnel out of my life. That's this guy right now. He's like another Gen Pops. He's like, nah, bro, I gotta tunnel out the baby. It's Nick Cage, the hero.
Okay, he's pretending to be one of the Timmys, bro. 3 gens left.
Okay, we pretend to be babies still. Okay, I can't look behind me.
When he says pretend to be a baby, he's talking to you guys that come into my comments and complain that tunneling needs to be stopped. I get tunneled every match, right? He's talking to you guys because it doesn't look like right now, and that's because he's giving them easy free hooks. Wait, what, bro? Hold up, guys. Let's watch, all right? Let's watch. Oh wait, what a new mistake.
Okay. Oh, I know it.
Wait, did he actually see that hook there, that trap then? Did he actually see that trap? That's what I want to know. Did he see that trap then? Because that were definitely a mistake. You could not see that trap at all, could you?
Guys, let's watch, all right? Let's watch. Oh wait, what a new mistake.
I mean, I didn't see that trap. But then again, I'm blind as a bat, so, you know.
Okay. Oh, I know it. Wait! Oh my god, he can't get out! Wait! wait!
Okay.
Bro!
That's awesome.
Bro, does he still make hook?
All right, he's got him. He gave him a hook. And he gave it to him quick. The gen's about to pop off, and he's about to go for a second hook.
What?
All right, man. Hey, they still need 2 gens. He's already on the second hook, man. Now it's time for him to show you guys that if you had the skill and you practice and you put in the work, that tunneling is a non-factor.
Okay.
He's excited.
We're cooking.
Excited to show you guys.
All right, Trapper is on the grind side right now. Going for the easy tunnel out. We need to not step into a trap though. All right. Let's do this one.
Amazing. 1 gen left. They haven't even started it yet. They haven't even started the last gen yet, bro. My guy's about to be tunneled out, right? I mean, I just like the epic music in the background. You feel me?
I'm gonna go into this room. So it's a bit risky. It could be trapped. It's not though. I don't want to look right now. Could be trapped.
Oh, he's setting a trap now.
Alright, I will not vote that because it could be trapped.
I mean, what does this prove though? Because, I mean, what's the killer though? Is it a new killer? You know, it seems to be quite a few errors on the killer end. You know, if you're a trapper, you're not going to put a trap in one end where there's a pallet because you know for a fact that there might be someone there waiting. So why would you put a trap when you pick someone up? Unless you're going the opposite way. But why would you put a trap behind when you know there's a pallet there? Like that kind of, this kind of don't prove everything though. You know what I mean?
Just sitting around waiting. No one's still on a generator, which is crazy, right?
Okay, Kate also wants to protect baby Leon. Very nice, good hit tank. Let us reset too. There's a pallet there, that's good.
All right, he's being chased.
No one is doing this right now. And one of my teammates is stepping into a trap.
But the trapper don't care. He's trying to tunnel you out, man.
Solo right now.
Prove to my people that it's a skill issue. If you can't stop tunneling, show them.
Yeah, nice.
Show them, Hens. Show them that as long as you're good at the game, you don't have to worry about tunneling.
No, not on that side.
Show them, Hens. Let's go, buddy.
Do you know what? I don't.
Let them know, bro. It's a skill issue.
No, nothing is trapped. Nice. Oh, someone sided Jen. Wait, he's breaking it. Okay, okay.
Amazing.
Dude, Trapper's on the tunnel out grind side right now. Holy, look at him.
I mean, he's just
Look at
chasing
go.
him. He's trying to tunnel him out, man. Damn, it's a problem. Right now, man, tunneling is a crazy problem.
He does not have a trap in hand anymore.
My goodness, this trapper, what is he doing, bro? I can't believe this trapper. Yeah. Yes, sir. Prove to them, Hens, that it's their problem, bro. It's because they suck at the game. Let them know, Hens, bro. Come on, man. I appreciate you helping me out, bro. Showing the
this
community.
This is unsafe as fuck, by the way.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. As long as you have the skill, the buy time, the gens will be powered. And that's because he gave him 2 free hooks.
Yeah,
Had the dead hard.
This could be trapped, careful.
So he's pretending to be a baby survivor, but has dead hard, and with dead hard being as finicky as it is at the moment, as well as the fact that you could press E at the time that you need to press it, and it still doesn't go off. It's kind of not really making much of a point, not really proving much.
Oh, was that yeah, that was right.
It is not.
And he's still
nice.
going for him.
Yes,
Damn.
this is the open door.
Made for this.
It is not, which means the other one is open, and we should be
Dead
out, right?
hard. Wow.
What? Is that new Remember Me or what?
This is awesome to see, man. I finally get to see somebody. Wait. But let's pause this. Let's backtrack. Let's backtrack. We don't need to balance the game for the solo queue if they just get good at the game. Maybe they need to be tunneled. Maybe it'll force them into wanting to be better. Or is it gonna want them to quit? If it's gonna make them quit, then they weren't really about it anyway, because once they get to the MMR bracket, whether they want to quit now, they're gonna want to quit later if they don't get good, okay? But I appreciate my guy showing you guys that it is literally a skill issue if you get tunneled out.
Oh, you near sacrificing yourself for me again?
And I would imagine,
What
let's
the
just
hell?
skip to the end right
We
here.
need to get the knee out. No way we got that. No way
yeah.
we got that. Okay, no
Oh,
traps.
yeah.
Yes. All right, do this.
All right, so a round of applause for my guy. Showing you guys that being tunneled out is a skill issue, man, okay?
Well, There you go.
That's just what I'm saying. Now, what we need to sit here and really talk about is tunneling is a problem told by some of the top creators, right? Tunneling is an issue. They need to balance it, right? They need to do it for the 80%. But how common is tunneling actually? Okay, we don't want to nerf the SWF stuff, because what I want you to do, and I want to challenge you guys, is I want you to go find videos from these creators talking about the top SWF strategies that are very hard to counter. Flashlight squads, Sabo squads, Power Up 2 squads, Dead Hard squads, right? I want you guys to try to go find videos where these guys say it's a problem and it needs addressing by the devs. I challenge you guys to go do that. And when you come back and tell me you can't find it because it represents a small, why are we gonna bounce around those guys with 80%, right? So now I wanna ask the question.
Just before, and I agree with that actually. When do you ever actually see content creators ever complain about when Made for This was overpowered? You know, when was that ever going to get picked up? Because it never did. It took so long for, you know, for Made for This to actually be addressed. And what, were it a good, like 3 months, something like that? 4 months, probably more, where it was literally everywhere. It just dominated everything. So, is that actually a thing that did happen? Did it not happen? You know, these are questions that do need to be answered. Asked and answered. Because I remember playing Killer when, you know, Made for This first came around, and literally that's all you ever saw were Made for This. Eventually it got, you know, in quotations, nerfed, but you can still proc it really easy. You know, you just have, like, you know, Made for This, Resilience, what's the other one? Off the Record, Dead Hard. You can get that Made for This value back, and it does make a difference. So when Ken did first come out, I did run Made for This quite a lot, and that was the only time I were able to deal with Ken at that point. And again, I'm far from a good Survivor player. But at the time, it was the only, in my opinion, so, you know, people might think differently, but it felt like it was the only solution to deal with Ken at the time. That might completely change, or it has changed, I should say. There's different things now that have come out that have made it, you know, with gens being done and everything. I mean, we went against a Ken yesterday, again, and Fruit's partner, she's not played in a while, and the killer kind of knew that she'd not played in a while, and the killer was prioritizing himself to her. He was putting all of his energy into, you know, Fruit's partner, because he knew, you know, she was not like 110% with this killer. She'd never played this killer before. We got down to the final gen. I got tunneled out the game. Not bothered. Didn't bother me whatsoever. I was just like, you know what? That's fine. She got tunneled out afterwards. And the reason I got tunneled is because I was doing gens. I had a gen build on, so I was just getting gens done really quick. But also we was helping the other teammate that we had as well. So he was, you know, probably on death hook, or he will get into death hook, and me, if I die as Survivor, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I generally don't care. I just think, oh well, that's fine. It's a skill issue on my part, because again, I'm not very good. But I would throw myself in front and then I'd get away, because even though I took a hit, he prioritized the other player, or he would prioritize Fruit's partner. And because of us doing that, it kind of slowed down the gens. It was just putting pressure on. Now, if we manage to get to 1 gen left with that strategy, still shows that Survivor sided is fairly strong, because if you've got Fruit that's really good at Survivor, you've got me that's mediocre, Fruit's partner that can be good, but she's not played in a while, so she might be a bit rusty. I think last time she played it was when Vecna came out, and the random seemed fairly competent, but again, we don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like we don't know this individual. We don't know what this individual like, and that was the thing. And when it came to Fruit and the random, I think you were playing as Adam. When it came to those two, what the Ken kept doing was going for the Adam and then looking for Fruit. And then Fruit with his healing build would get him up fairly quick. But there was no forgot the name of the perk, the David perk. There were none of that. So when they got up, there were no endurance, anything like that, no speed boost, no nothing. So then Fruit would go and hide, and then it would continue, because Fruit couldn't do a gen because the progressions of the gens weren't at a point then that would have been enough, and that built pressure. But we still managed to get to 1 gen left with, again, a really good Survivor player, a mediocre player, someone who's not played in a while, and a random that may have been like the best player ever. So imagine if that were a full Swift, that we're all on comms, all communicating, all played together constantly, the strategy wouldn't work. So it just shows you.
Well, if that is a small minority, how often does tunneling happen? And I'm not gonna give you the answer. No. I'm gonna let another creator give you guys that answer, right? How often do you get tunneled, and is it really the problem they're making it out to be? And we're gonna listen to none other than my guy, Scott Judd. Bro, these guys, bro. Here we go. All right, check it out. Let's just see how common tunneling is.
Hey guys, Scott here. Today we're going to extensively talk about tunneling in Dead by Daylight, and how my theory is I don't think it's as prevalent or problematic as people claim it to be, and I think that it's always been an over-exaggerated issue in the game. Despite
What, bro? He just said that he doesn't believe himself. Well, maybe, he didn't really say it was problematic in that video. He said that you guys that suck should just use these perks, and he's going to show you how to not be tunneled. He's trying to save you guys that don't want to put the work in, or are new to the game, and you're going to have an awakening experience when you finally get tunneled and realize, okay, there's a strategy. I need to figure out a way to play around it. I need to get better at looping. I need to find a way to stay alive longer. But Scott, what is your proof, man? Like, what are your...
Can I just say as well, respect what it says. Respect that. Tunneling is not in every game. Tunneling is not something that you do come across often. But the same thing though, you've got anti-camp, you've got built-in BT, you've got heal perks, you've got like babysitter, for example, off the record. You've got all these different perks that can counter it. But again, it goes by player to player. Are you up against a really strong team? Are you up against a really weak team? Is the killer fairly new? Is there something that could be potentially, problematic? Yeah, you never know. There's all these different things. If you've got, say me for example, who's plays Myers a lot, I don't tend to run many gen regression perks because I like to go for the full, you know, the full chase. You know, I don't care. Pallets, shred it. You know, anything like that. I don't care. I will do it. If a survivor gets put on hook and they get unhooked and I come back, and then that one survivor goes for a body block, well, in my book, that means you want to be chased, you want to be tunneled. I will tunnel you for that. But then these are the same people then that come into Twitch or on the game chat or whatever. You know, you're ruining the game by tunneling, you ruined it. What did I ever do to you? Well, why did you throw yourself to me? You know, why did you do that? Like, I'm gonna capitalize on your mistake. Why would you throw yourself at me and give me a free hit towards you? Because now, to me, that sounds like you want to be chased. You've got something up your sleeve, like you're gonna give me a good run. 2 seconds later, all right, 5-10 seconds later, let's say, they're on the floor. Oh, shit. Well, you're dead then, aren't you? And then again, it just repeats again. Oh, you're the problem. You're the issue. You're the reason I died. Blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah. Because I'm the killer. My objective is to kill you. Not to, oh, let you have a 2 second, oh, you go heal up. You get yourself back up and ready. You go and reset yourself. No, it doesn't work like that.
Actual tunneling. Only in 2 of those games do we have actual killer-induced tunneling, where it was very clear it was a blight and a pyramid head.
Actual tunneling. Now remember,
Now, I just need to reframe this. I have just had to re-record this bit again because, being an idiot, I accidentally pressed the wrong button. So, like I say, I'm new to this kind of shit. This is something I don't usually do, so I can try and edit it out, but I don't have the time of the day to do everything like 10 out of 10 perfect like the rest of these people do, but we'll see.
people consider tunneling if you down them, put them on the hook, down 2 other survivors, put them on the hook, go back and chase the first guy, they still consider that tunneling. That's how soft and entitled survivors are. You're still tunneling. Oh! So my guy has the stats. Only 5 out of 50 games, and it made me thinking back to my own gameplays. Bro, that sounds about on par with my experience. When I play Survivor, I don't really see tunneling. You guys hear me on my live streams like, man, this guy would have played my way, he would have won. I must have said that 30 times in my career of streaming Survivor and playing with everybody. I must have said that 30 times. 30 damn times. Now, what does this equate to? If we put the numbers, we crunch the numbers, that's 4%. 4% is all you'll see as far as tunneling goes in this game. 4%. And these guys are talking about balancing for the 80%, the majority. If it's only happening 4% of the time, you can do the numbers yourself. And I'm talking about the hard tunneling, blatant tunneling, the tunneling where everybody's scared, okay? Figure out the percent. It's gonna be 4%. If my math is wrong, let me know, but it ain't gonna be far off. So what does this tell us? People are spreading the fear stuff, bro. The problem of tunneling. Because let's go back to what they said. It's not really a problem. This guy has the stats. He did it himself.
I mean, I will admit, when I play Survivor, if solo queue, Swift, anything like that, I don't see tunneling occur unless I've got TTV in the name. You know, if they go onto my profile and see the Twitch link in there or the YouTube link, that might be sometimes where I do get targeted because people want the reaction. Now, the thing with that is you're kind of putting a target on your back with, you know, having Twitch in your name, TTV, whatever, YouTube, Kick, whatever. But that's the only way for certain people to grow an audience. Me personally, I've dropped off the radar. I were getting really good with. I had loads of, you know, I had constant viewership. I had loads of people in. We had a laugh and a joke and everything. Everything was going swimmingly. You know, really fun. And I had 2 months off for a health reason. My times got cut down due to like work and other personal things I have to deal with, and now my viewership has completely plummeted. And it does take a hit, but you still want to grow. It's okay for people that are in the high YouTube, high Twitch, high everything, that they don't need to have their name showing. So they might not get the stream snipers, they might not get the harassment, because they've hidden their name. It's okay when you get to that point where you can grow. But when you are trying to grow, you are trying to get an audience, you are trying to get constant viewerships in, it becomes really difficult. But these are the things that we have to do to progress within Dead by Daylight, within the community, within anything. That's what you have to do. You have to let people know that you are streaming this content. There is potentially people watching your content, but it comes at a cost. And that cost is, harassment, bullying, anything like that may come from it. Does it bother me? Not really. A lot of it is just things behind a keyboard because people feel that they've got to insult someone for having low viewership, or, they're wanting to try and get a rise out of someone. That's fine. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. I know me personally, I'm okay with that. I've got a job, I've got a family. This isn't my life. This isn't everything that I do. I just do this as a side bit, just because I like to meet new people, because it's fun. Meeting new people to me is fun. But what's better, having a target on your back or not being noticed? So, these are the things. But, it is definitely something that you do come across. But going back to it, when I have played, games Dead by Daylight, like other day, for example, I had a killer main that came in and they had to tunnel because there were 2 gens left. And the guy watched the VOD back, came into my chat, and were apologising. And I said, why are you apologising? I said, you did nothing wrong. I said, if you didn't tunnel, you would have lost that match. There is nothing wrong with you tunneling, slugging, doing whatever you need to do to secure a W. Now, there is one Twitch streamer / YouTuber, which I'm not going to name any names, that I physically, mentally cannot stand. And all of their YouTube videos are named as bully squads. Everyone's a bully squad in his eyes. He will tunnel out the first person non-stop. He will tunnel and slug non-stop. And this is at 5 gens. He will do it. If you try and defend it, his viewership, his viewers will come in and they'll start chatting dog shit. Because they believe what he's saying. Everything he says about it is fine. I've got against him a few times, and his reactions have been like, we've won. His reactions have, he's not said anything, he's just left. His viewers, they don't say anything. When he's won, then he'll pipe up in the endgame chat, and his viewerships will be, his viewers will be like, wow, you're the best, you're the greatest, wow, they're so salty, wow, what a bully squad. Not one thing within the builds would have been bully squad related. But then apparently Sabo squad's a bully squad. Doing gens is a bully squad. I don't get it. I really don't. But if that's what you need to get views, that's fine. If that's what gets you kicks at night, that's fine. You know, if you need to do all that so that your partner puts a red dress on, that's fine. You do what you need to do. But, you know, not every single people or teams or players are bully squads. And even bully squads, in my opinion, is a term. I mean, I will put it down in videos because it gets potential views. But, you know, I don't always class these people as bully squads. They just want to try and meme around. They want to probably try and give the killer a bit of an hard time. But why would you let these people dictate your game? Why would you let these people ruin your game? You just ignore it. Just move on. You know, what are they going to do? They're not going to come to your house and knock on door and continue, are they? Not at all. They can come into your chat and they could talk absolute dog shit to you. So what? They're physically not going to come to you and lay hands on you. So why would you let people like that ruin anything that you're trying to do? Just don't let it happen. Just don't let these people in. That's all you got to do. Anyway, back on topic.
Self to see, and I don't have the chart like this guy, but I can tell you one thing. I don't even remember the last time. Maybe 1 out of 50 games on our side too.
That were very clearly going out of their way with other options they could have taken
My
to
goodness.
kill one person before anyone else. Of course, it's a blight, by the way. But the other 3 were almost entirely the survivor's fault, putting the killer in a scenario where they basically had no other option other than to hook the person that was just on the hook. But 5 games total out of 50 games featured tunneling.
Wow.
That's not that many games.
Nope.
I thought it was going to be like 1 in 5, 1 in 6. It was 1 in 10 for me. That's
Because that's what everybody's saying. Everybody see the problem is you get to the high brackets, right? And then you get tunneled out by a strategic player who's playing with strategy, because that's pretty much the strategy, right? And then you take that negativity bias, because that's what you remember, and you and like 50 other people who experienced that one game, y'all all put it in the comment section. Creators see it. They see that that you guys are saying it, so they turn it into a problem. That's when you get videos like this.
Today's video is a proposal system that could help fix the problem of tunneling.
So,
just a quick one on that as well. I've played against a few of the Fog Whisperers, and you would be surprised how many of them do slug, proxy camp, tunnel on 5 gens, 4 gens, 3 gens, anything, doesn't matter. But because they're a Fog Whisperer, it's like you get a free pass. And I remember one, and again, I'm not naming names, it weren't us, but I played 1 or 2 games, and it was against a Huntress. First things first, their viewers were coming in like, oh my god, do you know who you're playing against? And I'm like, I don't give a shit. I generally don't give a shit. I don't get starstruck. I don't care. Like, I generally don't give a shit. This person is someone who's not in my personal life. I don't care. I'm never going to speak to this person again after this. You know, I'm never going to have an interaction with him. And I remember going into their chat end, and I said, like, you know, GG, well played. And, you know, they were like, oh, GG, well played, close game. Weren't even close, because they literally made it nigh impossible to do a gen. I said, well, we're really a close gen because, you know, you were camping, tunneling, slugging, you know, but, you know, that's your strat. GG, well played. Ignored what I put, and one of their viewers literally did assault emoji or, you know, whatever you call it, emo. And I'm like, there were no salt there whatsoever. I was just giving you an opinion. Like, that's what happened. If that's me being salty, then my god, I am so sorry.
My thing is,
That's one good thing. Capital One.
For a limited time only,
Oh.
pay no joining fee at Pure Gym. Don't
I'm
miss
gonna have to
out.
get these
Join
core.
today.
It's not actually a problem. These guys might also think it's a problem because these are better survivors who are going to experience tunneling a lot more because they are in the higher brackets. They are part of that 8%. These creators are part of that 8%. Hens plays comp. So I imagine they're good enough to be in the top brackets as well. This is what I've been trying to tell you guys in the top bracket. Your experience is nowhere near these guys. But when you face it, because you got to experience that bracket, you remember.
Can I just say, I find comp extremely cringe. I'm just going to put that out there. I think that comp is pure cringe.
Because of negativity bias, that's on your mind. Now, one thing that I want to do is like come over here. So what do we have it? 32. Let me see. I had it marked down. It's 32 something.
It's off the hook, son.
I'm not.
Sorry for pausing so much, but I have a lot to say on this.
Let's listen.
I personally also don't enjoy 3-hooking that much on killer. I think it's a very...
I like to do it. I love to win. That's my mind state. This is why my kill rates are higher.
cookie cutter playstyle where you always do the same things every single game, then the games like run down almost identical every time. I'm just not a big fan because like if you follow the most meta playstyle, to me at least, on killer, I do it if I play comp or whatever.
Okay.
Like, I'm ready to do it. I can do it.
Okay.
If I feel like I need to, then I will also do it. It's not like I've never camped, secured a second, or 3-up someone. But yeah, I just have more fun playing a little bit more open. That's what makes the interactions feel more rewarding and like more unique. And that's just how.
And that's a personal opinion that he has for himself. That's not how I roll, okay? I know what's at the end of those exit gates. I know what those messages are like. And that's the majority. That's my own opinion. The stuff that I've experienced where most of the survivors are toxic in the end game. If one of us is gonna be toxic, it's gonna be me, son. I'm not gonna give them the upper hand. Not in a competitive game.
It's not big on playing in the most efficient way.
Wait, what? You're not a big fan of playing in the most efficient way?
Unique, and that's just how I enjoy my game. I'm just not big on playing in the most efficient way. And honestly, I still think tunneling will never not be the most effective strategy in that, but I don't think it will
They keep using the word strategy, bro. Thought it was a problem.
ever get to
Wait, is it a problem or a strategy? I need these guys to figure it out.
that point. Like at worst, you will tunnel like 2 survivors at once, but like reducing the amount of survivors to 2-3 is just the best way to play killer. That's just do that as fast as possible. That's how you play killer. 2-3 is just the best way to play killer. That's just do that as fast as possible. That's how you play killer.
Oh my God, man, we are getting cooked. What is the, it's 41. Oh, okay, hold on, I had another time. I wanted to hear what he said here because I had it marked down. So let's just see real quick. Let's just see.
Start. If you're like a fresh player, you have a 100 hours on killer, right? You run Nord every game. I think there's a high chance you're gonna infinitely boost your MMR because you're gonna get bullied all game and then you're still gonna get kills late game. Which means
That's opinion based. Not everybody's experience is saying that might not happen. Okay, this is like pretty much narrowing it down to one person.
the system's like, oh, you got killed, so you did very well. The system does not understand the nuance. That's a problem with the MMR system. And the MMR system is on its way to get reworked too. This is really good because there are some deep flaws in that system. And
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what everybody else experience is, but when I play one good team, I'll play another good team, another good team. Sometimes like those teams will just make mistakes. They're not bad players. They just make the mistakes, right? They're very altruistic. You get what I'm saying? It's not that they're bad players. Most of them know how to loop. It's just they make bad game choices. What I tell you guys about why my escape rate on Survivor is so high is because it's not all about looping, man. All right, right? Because remember, what he said is in that one gameplay at the beginning of the video, he said they will dodge him and they'll start chasing the weaklings, which are the unskilled survivors, right? Which means you as a survivor need to be more efficient on the gens, more stealth, position yourself to get saves, stuff like that. You don't want to get an unhook in the killer's face. There's still a lot of more ways to be efficient, okay? And if your team goes down, you got to figure out, okay, where the hatch would spawn. Where can I put myself in position to hit the hatch? all that comes into play whenever I play Survivor. I will crank out the gens. That's the type of player I am. I'm an efficient player on Survivor side as well. It's not just the killer side.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, just to end it, because it has been going on quite a while now, is this is one game that I did the day that the anniversary event came out. And this is Law Accurate Myers, which I've got. Basically, the premise of the build is basically tombstone piece. Tombstone. So you can like stalk. You can get like more than one insta if you needed to. They've got a really strong survivor-sided map. Obviously, this was not brought. This was just what the game gave them, and this is a reaction that you're going to see. So I'm going to do this play-by-play, just to show you, the actual outcome of this. And I'm going to take this step by step. So there's no audio in this because I want to do a full commentary out in the background. So let's have a look. So I've just hooked one of the survivors. Okay. And I'm going over. I have got my tombstone ready. Now look here. There is a survivor there. Okay. The survivor thinks that they're safe because there is a event pallet there and there's this pallet there. What this survivor could have done is drop this pallet, gone round, well, not gone round fully, but they could have dropped the pallet, and you'll see what I did. They could have faked it and potentially have gone, when I went down, because what can I do now from this point? There's not much I can do. I could either get distance, like jump down, and then I'd have to go back round and break that pallet. Obviously, I have got a pallet shredding build on, so it would be a bit easier for me to catch up. And I've also, I think I've got to the point where I can just do the event thing. Hold on, wait. I've got the event thing there. So I should be able to, I believe I can press E on it, or Q, or whatever your fucking button is, and, damage it. I don't know. I can't remember. But that's what I could have done. Now, what does this survivor do? Oh, dear me. Oh, dear. Oh, no. So, again, can I go like 10 seconds back? I don't want to clip it. I want to clip that. So the survivor. Okay, so I'll show you again. I'll do it as a full thing. So the survivor's on my back. Okay. I have no idea where these other survivors are. I haven't got any aura reading, anything like that. I'm just checking. So I'm going this way. Just pick up my thing. Oh, I may have been able to have used cube. Right, look. She is camping the pallet. Why would you camp it? And then boop. Insta pick up. Insta Mori. Okie doke. That's great. Now, look at the gen count. We're on 3 gens. 3 gens we're on at the moment. That's all. So obviously now I'm just kind of patrolling around. I'm looking. Obviously that person's got off oak, so I'm gonna go back that way because I know there's gonna be 2 potential survivors there. But you know, they're in. It's just the one. Oh, it's just the A. So let's give him a love tap. Okay. Let's get that stalk going. Now, I'm gonna go and chase the bear down, the one who's just got off the hook, because I want to get stalks. I also want to get stacks of play with your food. Now, I do. No, I did actually just kill this individual, to be honest, because I think, well, 2 gens are done. I've just married 1 person. They are on a very heavy survivor map. Okay, this is a very heavy survivor-sided map. Did I need to do this? Probably not. Now, this is a long chase. This is a long chase, I won't lie. A very, very long chase. And there you go. See that? Salt. I didn't tunnel that hollow whack. I didn't camp him. I capitalized on a mistake that they made. Whose fault is it? It's not mine. Two gens down there. 2 gens. I'm not running any slowdown perks. I've only got corrupt just for the start. That's all I've got. Oh, she messed up. I haven't event, so I don't think they were. I think they were from Russia. I don't know. I haven't even touched a gen, and you killed me for no reason. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I had to let you do a gen. What have you been doing the entire time then? That's the first time I've come across you. So what have you been doing? You tell me what you've been doing. That's a good one. They need to fix the the POV, or is it FOV, whatever you call it, field of view. They need to fix that. Same with Slinger as well. When you're doing the reeling of the gun, you can see like the arms are like levitating. Okay, so we're getting his final down. And boom. It's called being an a-hole. This is a fun event and you decided to be toxic. Tell me, what am I doing being toxic? You tell me what I did to warrant a toxicity comment. Please tell me. Is it because I capitalized on your mistake? Is it because you're on a survivor-sided map? What is it? Because these are all add-ons, perks that the devs have put into the game. I'm not using anything that is not in the game. I'm not using third-party software or anything. I'm just playing the game. And this person had to make sure that I was aware of being toxic. Apparently, I have ruined the event for everyone. Well, I'm sorry, but I've got my job, you've got your job. Now, I actually let the Lara out because I can be a bit of a soft touch at times. Believe it or not, I can be a bit of a soft touch. We'll let the Lara out. Okay, so let's get ready and see. Oh! Well, hold on a second. Oh! What are these? P100. Okay, that don't mean anything. But what have we got here? What are these perks? Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. So, Windows, really strong on this map. Live can be quite strong if you chuck a pallet down and then get around, which she could have done, mind you, when she, instead of camping that pallet, she could have lifed away. Oh, got adrenaline as well, so you could have got that final bit at the end. Resurgence, obviously, that wouldn't have really done anything in this, you know, unless I actually hooked them on, but whatever. But still, but look at the other team as well. Similar builds. Heal build, gen, stuff like that. Similar build again. So, really strong team. Really good perks. Really played in their favour. We've got an insta heal, a couple other heals, everything like that. Myers don't care about this shit. No one cares about that. And I do believe that might be a map offering, not a map offering, an offering for a hatch, I believe, in an event where, you know, people bring cakes. That's interesting that you've not brought a cake. Never said anything about that though, I don't care. But look at this. All this. Windows, 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 life, life, life. Prove thyself. We'll make it. For a time, I am Will. Deja vu, I guess that is deja vu. But still, all this. And apparently, according to this individual, I'm ruining the event because I brought the perks, the add-ons that I brought. So you tell me. So either way, you're never going to get, like, everyone's happy, everyone's satisfied, because no one is. You had the better builds, you had everything, and you made a mistake, and instead of thinking, you know what, gosh darn it, I made that error, no, it's my fault. And these will be the same people that are saying tunneling and camping and all this, that and other, but I didn't see hardly any of that. Yeah, the bear person, yeah, I went for them. I went for stalks. But there were only 2 gens left. I've got to do that. So that's the video anyway, guys. Appreciate you being here if you have been here. Definitely check us out on Twitch. We are taking a break at the moment. I need a new computer, so we are getting one built. Just kind of want to make a bit more an impact within the YouTube and Twitch. You know, I do want to kind of have more than 1 viewer per time, as you can tell. Drip Police 1 viewer. I love that 1 viewer though. It's always me. But guys, honestly, appreciate it, and thank you King Wolf for doing that other video as well, because it just kind of helped out to have like another person's opinion on it. So it is my first react. So yeah, everyone stay safe out there, enjoy the event while it's still on. Peace!